Hey everyone, Sheldon here. As a physical therapist and biohacker, I've been testing many things over the years to not only help someone speed up the result they're getting, but also improve their overall longevity and health span. When we look at the body, there's many complex systems that have to come together and work together to actually give the answer that you're looking for. Unfortunately, there's not just one answer, go and do this, and the problem is solved. There's actually many complex systems, but to keep it simple, I want to narrow it down. We look at the cardiovascular system, the musculoskeletal system, the nervous system, how they all connect and work together. So in the program I have Unlocked Move, and we look at 3 pillars. Again, these are very basic, but they can get very narrow and very specific as you move into it. They go from movement to performance and then recovery. So when you're looking at the body and trying to get the result, we're actually trying to see how can we speed up the result in a timely manner, knowing there's things that you can do in the short term, but also some of it's going to take some time in the long term. So how do you bring this together? So what I created was called Biohack Your Package. So in this package, you can go in there and create the own package you're wanting, defining which result you're trying to get. So when we look at this, there are 3 things you want to think about is what is the result you're trying to get? You want to identify which package is going to be best for you, but then also how to optimize your health. That's where I come into play to help speed this up, to answer questions for you, because a lot of times we just don't know. Like, for example, you wouldn't have this issue if you already knew what to do, right? So when we come into this, we're looking at exactly the result you're trying to get. So we're looking at the body in general. So I go back to movement pillar. So I'm thinking about how does the body move, whether it's from mobility of the joints to actual flexibility of the muscles, then strength, stability, and then balance. From here, you can progress into detox the body because, again, as these pathways, again, connect them all together, start to come together, we want to understand how the body actually can resonate and also get the best in that short time period. So we look at the next one is actually called the performance pillar. So when looking at performance, we want to see how to optimize our body to actually activate. So this is going to go a little bit broad, but again, you're thinking about nutrition, from energy, all these systems kind of come together to give you your best performance. So when we think about different muscle groups, some people are looking at more high intensity exercise, some people are looking at more endurance type things. There's different muscle fibers. Again, you're just thinking about how the nervous system works, how it connects with those muscles, and then we look at the 2 different systems of the body as far as how to get it to what we want to do from an electrical versus a chemical, and then we bring it all together. And then the third pillar is the recovery one. This is where you really keep all the hard work you did, and really the result is there to help improve your overall movement throughout life, but also to avoid injury and improve the way your body heals. So we're thinking about anything as far as inflammation goes, pain, and just in general speed up the recovery process, because there's a certain time window that you have to actually get the result. So a lot being said, as far as the results that you're looking for, you look at the different packages, you look at the different offers out there, you're thinking, okay, what's going to be the best for me? Is it going to be movement? Is it going to be performance, nutrition? Is it going to be going into here and looking at my recovery? What do I do? Well, simplicity is saying, let's go in there and to identify, again, the result that you're looking for. And so everyone's going to have a different result they're looking for, and that's, again, for me to help give you the best advice on which direction to go. So when you're biohacking your package, you're thinking, okay, well, this is the result I'm trying to get. These are my options here from the movement, the performance, and the recovery, and how do I bring it together? So that's where over the last few years, I've really defined which ones are specific for each person, depending on what stage they're in. Again, we want that short-term versus long-term because there's a time frame in between how you get the result and also how you keep it. So looking at, you're going to look at all the different modalities out there. You could have something as far as the infrared sauna, anything from heat to cold. You start looking at differences in red light therapy. Also maybe something as far as if you're going to want to get more specific, such as ozone therapy, hyperbaric, where you're utilizing oxygen. This, again, it gets a little bit more deeper into the body as far as how the cells work, how you detox, and how you speed up the results that you're getting. So when you're looking at biohacking your package, don't get overwhelmed. It's actually very simple, meaning you just identify the result that you're looking for, and then you decide, you know what, is this a minor situation, or is it going to be something complex? If it's minor, maybe something that just takes roughly anywhere to 5 sessions, give or take, to 8. If someone's got a very serious complication where they're really, they have an injury or there's a lot more to it, maybe a health maybe a disease or health issue that they're dealing with, it may take longer. And that just, again, that's something for you and I to talk about. And that could be looking into something longer, such as 10 to maybe even 12, 18. So there's different numbers. There's not a right or wrong number. But when I say biohack your package, really what I'm saying here is there are things we can do to collaborate and bring these all together. So someone can come in and work on movement, manual therapy, exercises, along with, for example, doing the infrared sauna. Or they may come in and say, you know what, I want to do work today a little bit more on recovery. So I want to look at maybe something with as far as oxygen therapy, and then maybe the compression pumps. So again, when I say biohack your package, really what I'm saying here is there's something we can do as a collaboration of bringing these systems together, because that's where people get the result. A lot of times they think, well, I'm just going to go do physical therapy. Well, if you're just doing exercises, that's great. But again, depending on the situation you're in, you have to understand there's more to the body. And so I go more depth in the program of Unlocked Move, and I talk about the different layers of the body, because again, you're thinking about what's happening at the joints, what's the different layers of the muscles, and then you're thinking about the fascia. All these have a different connectivity with the nervous system, different pathways for your blood, your cardiovascular system, and then how it all lines up. So again, not to complicate on your situation, that's where all these different modalities come into play, is to speed things up. And then we use the knowledge of how the body works from a physics standpoint as far as alignment goes, and then collaboration of performance when it comes to nutrition, what's going to give you the best energy to get your cells to operate their fullest so that you're more productive and you have more energy throughout the day. So Biohacking Your Package, I think, is an awesome one that you can a la carte, meaning come in there and we can tailor it to your needs. This isn't something you have to decide right now as far as what you're going to do. It's just saying, okay, I identify I have an issue, and there's something else that I can do about it, instead of just saying I'm going to go do some stretches, which sometimes definitely will feel good. But again, if you just work on those muscles, they will alleviate some of that tightness. But what happened if you never open up that joint, it's going to come right back to it. So a lot of people are experiencing this over and over, where they're getting some results, but it's always this lingering issue, or it's always a constant, I'm trying to lose weight, or I'm trying to figure out how to keep lean muscle mass. So again, not to complicate things, but to say you can categorize things into more simplistic categories, pillars, and then go from there into a little bit more definitive answers as far as what people are looking for. So Biohack Your Package, I think, is a great thing, because you can say, you know what, I've got this issue, how do I address it? So we go in there, we customize it, and it may change along the way. So that's not something to get stressed about, but it's saying, you know what, say someone has a little bit more tightness or maybe a little bit more pain and inflammation, you can always pivot and do something different. So that's what's cool about the packages. You have an alternative source that you're pulling from. Again, hitting on all those three pillars of the movement, performance, recovery, and looking at your cardiovascular system, musculoskeletal system, the nervous system, and then bringing it all together, what's going to give you the best answer to optimize your overall human function and performance.